Welcome to GameBreakers. We are playing Pirates, a pirate adventure in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and I am Allison, and I am here with Sed, Thomas, and David. And yeah, we have been exploring Bone Rack Isle in search of some missing crewmates after our ship ran aground on some coral reefs and was damaged and currently being repaired. So you all had been searching the island for about an hour, and we're down here tracking what seems to be a group of critters that has taken your friends. I believe that was where we left off.
Well, I guess continuing to do that.
Well, the tracks lead down the beach into the waves.
Okay.
I can keep following to a certain point, but and ask around with natives down there. But I don't know what you guys are gonna do.
Right.
Either of you have gills? Can grow gills? Have magic for that?
Fun fact: water and feathers don't get along great.
Tell a duck.
Well, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, if you can head on under, I can keep. I can kind of circle from above, make sure, and kind of see what's going on and help out if from that angle if we need.
Yeah, me
In fact, if you took a sweep round from above, I mean the water's pretty clear. It looks like. See if there's any likely spots. If you guys could do some aerial reconnaissance to give me an idea where to head first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
That'd probably give us the best chance of success.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some perception rolls for that.
Cool.
As you do some aerial reconnaissance, and
That's a 16.
so you're on the beach right here, and to the east, or I'm sorry, to the west of you, past that field, is like a cliff. It goes that would require climbing.
So that's a cliff that drops down or raises up.
Raises up.
So we're at the bottom of the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought so. Just clarifying.
Mm-hmm. Right, not a 3D map.
Right.
Okay. Well,
The cliffs around the they vary in height. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't see a damn thing.
yeah. I got a respectable 16.
Yeah, 16. So with 16, you spot right about here, where I mark it on the map,
Yeah.
there are some critters that are splashing about. So there are two are visible, and they. You want to roll a nature check, kind of see what you're like, if you recognize what the creatures are.
I could certainly try. Oh, that's a natural 20.
They are, yeah, natural 20. You paid attention in class that day.
I don't know many things about nature, but I know this one.
So they are Grindylows. They're an aquatic creature that can survive on land for brief periods, and they have kind of tentacly legs and shark heads and arms.
Ooh.
And they're fairly small, but those are the two that you see. And one of them seems to have, what was your perception? Yeah, you got a 16. One of them has a tricone hat that you recognize as Sandara's.
Oh man.
What did you say these things are called?
Grindylows.
Grindylows?
Grindy. Like grind.
Yeah, Grindylows. Okay.
Well.
And
I'm
there's
gonna-
a kind of a cove opening as well. Sorry, that was the other piece of that.
Yeah, cool. Okay, cove opening definitely is the deciding thing. I'm gonna definitely circle back and be like, hey guys, this is where they're at.
I was with you. I just didn't see anything.
Right. Fair enough.
But once he he points it
Yeah.
out to you, and you spot them as well.
Mm. Yeah. Cool.
It's amazing what you miss when you're paranoid.
What? How big? How big is the entrance?
It's about 30 feet, and seems to not. Yeah, it's hard to tell more than that. But
like the
30.
the entrance is like 30 feet wide.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty sizable. Okay. Well, if two of us can fly and one of us can swim, we could probably just pop on over there, yeah?
Yep. Is that a cat about to hook up a hairball?
Oh, here, he just makes those noises. I can mute myself.
Oh, that's just how it says hello.
It's
I
natural state
didn't
of
know if you
being.
need to like dive out the door to keep cat puke out of the.
Yeah, no, he just makes those noises. Like, I think that he has allergies and he's like sneezing. I don't like. The owner said that she doesn't know why he does it. He just does it.
He's allergic to cats.
That would be a very unfortunate existence.
I'm gonna go with possessed by.
Also possible. Okay, it seems like he stopped.
Oh,
All right, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there with the cat sneezes. What were we?
I think we
we
all
were
did.
talking about the size. I was just making some. The reason I asked about the size was I'm trying to figure out what sort of aquatic creature I'm going to become.
Right.
So Grindylows are small.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
They're ones you saw were gnome tall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're small creatures.
Okay.
So we should be prepared for a small underwater tunnel in all likelihood. That's I would figure there's probably not going to be airspace the entire way in.
Right.
And if it's gnome tight, I mean, you guys any good with holding your breath?
No.
I can in a pinch.
Don't think I prepared water breathing. Did not. Let's see what we see.
Yeah, may as well. I mean, if nothing else, we can address the ones at the entrance and then figure out kind of the nature of the cove when we're up there.
Right now, what are the chances they'll negotiate?
That's I don't know a lot about Grindylows. I just know what they are. I don't really know if they're negotiating type of creatures. Honestly, you talking diplomacy with frogs earlier, that's all new to me.
Well, I'm way better at frogs and sharks than people.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Allison, are these people-like creatures or are they like animals? Like,
Are they sentient? They have
I guess they're one of them was wearing a hat for whatever that's worth.
Yeah. at least values the.
They're described as half goblin, half octopus. So they're people in the same way that goblins are people,
Okay.
and they're also generally evil. You know.
Yeah. They're like capable of negotiating, as opposed to like a wild animal that.
Yeah, they're not
separal-
beasts.
Yeah. Cool.
That is such a weird combination because goblins are technically humanoid, but they're very stupid. Octopi are not humanoid, but they're notoriously intelligent.
Right.
Like, I can't make any assumptions about that.
Oh, it does specify. Oh, yeah, it's yeah. I'm kind of mixing some things here, so it's a little
That's okay.
it's a little different. But yeah.
Okay.
I
Well,
mean, part of this is made up.
yeah.
Right? Could there be like a history or something, which I'm not very good at. I'm just thinking like to know if there's something they value or something they need or like the thing they eat the most.
They're generally very vicious. He got a 20, so I'm yeah, that's pretty. You know, you have a fair amount of knowledge about them. They're carnivorous and they are schemers. Yeah, they're just they're not very nice.
Yeah.
They sound to me like just water goblins.
Yeah. That's yeah, I mean, if you want to try and negotiate with them, honestly, they took our friends, took our crew, and it's like I have one concern, that's getting them back. I'm not really concerned with their safety.
How about we try carrot and stick? Good cop, bad cop. I'll stand menacingly behind, maybe like holding a spell or something, and you give them the option of like maybe negotiate, maybe we trade something, maybe we have, I don't know, maybe there's something that we throw away that they like, a half-goblin.
Right.
Maybe they want our bilge. Fine.
Yeah.
And if not, then the wrath of the sea be upon them. That whole shtick. We'll do the produce flame on the we'll do the produce flame on the horns and everything. Make it look good.
For sure. Yeah, sounds great. I am completely content to go ahead and give them the option to surrender. That'd be cool. Hopefully they're not storing the corpses of our crew in that cove. But yeah, all right. So let's go ahead and make our way over there.
Unless you're a necromancer, there's not much use for a corpse. They want people.
They could have just wanted. I mean, one of them's wearing her hat. They could have just wanted the hat, and they're just,
But they wouldn't have taken them if they weren't going to keep them prisoner. A body is just refuse to do. It's going to smell.
I don't know if anybody's told you, but in the whole circle of life, you're made of food.
Yeah, but
That's because it's not the food you like to eat. Doesn't mean something else doesn't want to eat it.
this doesn't feel like cannibalism. This feels like abduction.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
And if it's cannibalism, we raise it to the ground. Like if they're.
I mean, for our sake and theirs, they better be alive. I mean.
But.
Yep.
Before. Two things.
Okay.
I would request one of you try to get an idea of what kind of path that is down there. Maybe I could get through it, maybe I can't. I need to know. If it's a long tunnel, I'm doomed, but if it's just a in and out and then we're in an airspace, I can fly through that. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'd like to know what's ahead. That's number 2. Number 1, we've been away from the ship. Do you want to check in?
That's not a bad idea, and we're a pretty mobile group.
It's going to take me longer to get up and over the cliff or around the rocks and on the beach than it took you guys to fly over it. So I can get that started now and meet you over there.
Sounds good to me.
you understand I can check in from here, right?
Oh, right, you've got Pickle.
Yes.
Oh, well then, yeah, then no reason not to.
We're on land at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I dismount and just stand there and I say, keep a lookout if anything, cover me. And he closes his eyes, and when he opens them again, the blue has turned matte black like charcoal, and he's just stock stiff. And I'm seeing through Pickle's eyes, who's been working as sentry on the boat, flying around, just basically just doing rotations, invisible, basically being security guard. What do I see?
The crew is continuing to repair the ship. There's a little bit of drinking, a couple brawls, but otherwise things seem to be moving along as expected.
No danger. Everybody's working.
Yeah.
Oh.
There a little bit of drinking, but nothing you wouldn't expect.
Nothing worrisome.
No.
Okay. Okay. I tell Pickle to keep up the good work, and I go back to myself. Blink my eyes back open.
All right.
It's as usual. Everyone's doing their job.
Oh, all right.
There's a little bit of drinking, but less than I expected, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. We'll have to make sure that we're rationing the rest of that, but that's a problem for after we get the rest of our crew back. So yeah, I guess we'll just fly on over around above the ridge over to the other side.
Sweet.
All right.
And what are you shapeshifting into, Thomas?
I'm probably going to go some form of octopus. I'm still poking around with that, but that way I figure I can be big and menacing, and at the same time still squeeze through things.
Right.
And for all you know, maybe something they worship.
Yeah. Maybe.
Or maybe it'll be offensive cultural appropriation.
Neither
This
one.
Minotaur gives no fucks.
Yeah.
Because I have a low charisma.
Is there like a shallow spot where I guess they're like hanging out on the kind of on the rocks right by the cove, you said, right?
Yeah, and so on the map that I just took you to, on the west side where I'm pinging is where the entrance is, and yeah, you saw two, and as y'all get closer, you can make another perception check.
Yeah, I'll try that. We'll see how it goes. That's a 10. Less good than a 16.
Are others there as well?
15.
There we are.
Yes. Indeed I am. One moment. Sorry, I was getting the stats up for an octopus. I believe that's a 22.
Jesus.
Wisdom, man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, between the three of you, you notice that there are actually 4 in total in this area.
Okay.
There are the 2 that were splashing around in front, but there's 2 that are closer towards the cove that you didn't see before.
Okay. And the water though seems to be shallow enough that I could just like land in it. I'm not gonna sink in. That'd really ruin my grand entrance.
Yeah, let's see, we're currently at high tide, and it will be low tide later, but currently it's high tide, so it's fairly high going into the cove.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I was looking on my wrong level of spells. I did prepare water breathing. And I'm looking it up now, but I'm pretty sure that I can do that for a group.
Oh, that is far more convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you enter the cove, it's more of a swim check than it is. Or it's not a swim check, but it's not exactly walking. It's yeah. Sloshing.
But it's like so they are decidedly inside the cove though. They're not out in front of it, or
2 of them are out in front, and if you get much closer, we'll probably start to notice you. And 2 others are further in.
I think that for my theatrical purposes, I'm gonna probably like swoop in and then stay kind of flying up, like just above the water, to kind of address them. Although now I have to think about what I want to say. I am nowhere near as charismatic as my character, and that causes issues.
Well, maybe make a roll and figure out how well he did, and then craft something around it. Sometimes you roll a 1 and you just let it rip with whatever fart noise in your brain.
Fair enough. It's a 19.
Nice.
So I guess I swooped down and hit something to the effect of like, you. Oh my god, I don't even know if they speak my language. Oh well, doesn't matter. You have crew members that belong to our ship, and I'm going to have to ask you to return them to us.
They in return raise their fists and start yelling in a language you don't understand.
I have an answer for that.
And they start slinging at you. Oh, lightning javelins.
They make a dex save, and then if they fail, or I guess it's not it's one of them. It's a 5, unless they're in a line. If they're in a line, that'd be sick. Well, I guess there are only 2 of them.
I'm just throwing a roll down for initiative when it's time, because it sounds like we're headed that direction.
Yep.
Unless this is part of negotiation.
Yeah. So it's only DC 13 dex.
They didn't make it.
Okay. Then they are going to take 4d6. About 13 damage. Or whichever ones get hit. So if there's a line from between me and the 2 of them, I'm obviously hitting both of them. Otherwise, if they're like off in different directions, I can't hit them at the same time.
Wow, so you did how much damage? 13?
13.
Yeah, it crumples.
Good.
And the other one used a slingshot at you as you swept by. And what's does 16 hit your AC?
16 does just barely hit my AC.
That is 4 total damage.
I'll go ahead and use my reaction to have it. So that's 2.
All right, and so I know y'all rolled some initiative, and
so I also wasn't very clear on where I was. We started a fight before we did any setup. So, like, as far as I know, I'm still climbing down the cliff. Like,
I hope not.
You had planned to turn into an aquatic animal, correct?
I thought that you had planned on
some spells like water breathing and stuff, which I can't animal. So like I said, as far as I know, I'm still climbing down the cliff. I hadn't cast any of my buff spells, hadn't chosen, like, I picked a critter, but I didn't shape into it. I think, Captain, respectfully, this will be the second time you've started a fight without, like, in exactly this way, and on the third time, it might be a problem.
I thought I was flying in with him, since we're not since we're not going underwater yet. yet. I assumed I was backing them up, but nothing was
I feel
declared.
like I, as the player, misunderstood the plan because I thought that you were an octopus and were coming around at the same time we were flying over.
I just told you that I had a buff spell that I needed to cast beforehand. I can't cast as a beast. I can't cast an octopus form. And
I
if
think
I go into octopus form and then go back to cast, that's the last of my beast shapes.
Right.
Thomas.
Yeah.
What I think happened is we skipped your turn essentially. Like we got him setting up. Like we were doing some perception checks as they were approaching, but yeah.
And
So
then you
would
into
have.
combat.
So to get to that point, you would have done the wild shape. So if you'd like to do that now before we jump into a combat, we can do that. So I feel like we missed that. It's not that you hadn't done it yet. You know what I mean?
Well, it feels like a retcon, but next time we'll remember to, yeah.
I mean, it technically is a retcon, but it's
so everybody has water breathing, and I would have call lightning that I'm concentrating on.
Right.
I would have jump, and last one to cast would be nope. That would be it because I want to be able to take actions. Yeah, I have a whole like rounds of stuff I got to do before combat, guys.
Right. It's
I know, like you're super impetuous and impulsive and want to jump right in, but your druid is not that guy.
So yeah, that was actually a narrative difference though. Like it was, to my understanding, a very different place. Because I will also not wait to get speared before other things happen either.
All right. So we feel like we're all in the same place.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
Initiative of 4, by the way.
Yes, I see that.
Yeah. Y'all have fun.
And Thomas, you did fairly well on that. Korrim.
Yeah, I have no bonus. Does Octopus have a bonus, though? Octopus has better dex than me, so I got a total of 19.
Oh, nice.
GM, I have a question.
Yes.
Can an octopus wear gloves?
Can an octopus wear gloves?
That sounds like the title to a children's book.
It's a very important question.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they can fit inside pretty much anything.
Okay,
So sure.
great.
I don't know how well they'd stay on, but it would be, you know, wild shape is amazing. Oh, also a natural one. Oh.
That one's mine in like an hour.
All right, so Korrim, you are at the top. There are 2 Grindylows about 30 feet away from you, or about 50 feet actually. They hadn't seen you yet, and 2 of them are about 50 feet away from you. And Korrim has just antagonized them in front of you, and they've started at. He immediately struck one down, and the other started slinging. What do you do?
Run!
No. So one has dropped then. What about, is that the one with the hat?
No, the one with the hat. Well, unless that was the one you specifically aimed for.
That probably would have been the one that I was addressing because it seemed the most captain-like out of them.
Yeah.
That's what the hat does.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, no. It is not the. That one has already been struck down.
How deep is the water?
Where they are out in front, it's about it. Hard to tell exactly, but it's probably 20 feet.
Okay. I will descend to reach. What's my reach? Not listed. Crap. I think it's 10. I will descend to 10 feet below.
Okay.
And you said they were about 50 feet away?
Yeah.
I will be then 50 feet under them. And I will, as I believe it's a bonus action, hit them with some Call Lightning. And that is, I believe it's 10 square feet.
Does that just happen, or do they get a roll for that, Dex?
That is everybody within 5 feet makes a Dex save. That's gonna be at a 15.
Yeah, they this Grindylow does not successfully jump out of the range. It's aghast at the immediate slaying of its companion.
Simply aghast.
That will be 16 lightning.
16 lightning. It is struck down. So you are 50 feet away, and you just cast lightning into water.
I am 10 feet underneath.
Mm-hmm. I just feel like it must travel in water. It doesn't say so though.
It's magical lightning. I don't know if it functions in that same way. I don't know if it works like science lightning.
That is typically straight up a DM decision.
Yep.
Mm.
Just remember, it will always be that way, and I'm the one that throws the light.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm
Really
gonna say
giving him a conduit for later.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it doesn't travel. We're just gonna leave it there and make it magic lightning. It doesn't travel like science lightning.
it's not actual lightning; it's a lightning effect. All right.
Right.
Force lightning.
It's not real chocolate. It's chocolate flavored.
It looks like science lightning spreads out over the surface anyway. Fun fact.
Oh, good to know.
I believe salt water has. Anyway.
That was referring to the ocean.
So that was my. Let me confirm this bonus action. Oh, it should have been an extra D10 of damage. Oh well. Oh, that is my action, not a bonus action. Okay. And that is it.
Okay. Key.
Cool. I'll go ahead and I will fly over to one and stab it with, or attempt to stab it with my rapier. That's 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And that's 19 damage.
19 damage. Yep. It crumples. You guys are rolling well.
I guess I'll use my bonus action to fly up and be out of Grindylow range as I do.
Okay. Gideon?
Is there any left?
There's one left that is near to the cove entrance.
All right, Eldritch Blast. 21 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
7 damage, and he's pushed back 10 feet.
All right. Well, that is actually enough to crumple it as well. It's you end up pushing back a corpse as the Eldritch bag hits it square in the chest.
That's all of them, right?
Yeah.
That's all of them are out here.
Yeah.
I jet forward and grab one each in a tentacle, and whip them over to somewhere where they're not going to drift. And I start a medicine check with each tentacle. Like they each get 2 tentacles to stabilize. They might be orphans. And if they have them as prisoners, I don't want there to be a reason for them to murder them out of hand. So I'll make some checks.
Okay.
Right?
You should have told me we weren't trying to kill these things.
I have very limited powers of speech in certain forms. Sometime soon we'll have to find like some sort of magic shenanigans to fix that.
Yeah.
I have so many options that involve not killing things.
Yeah. I tried
that's-
talking, and then they started to throw things at me, and so I
And everything
retaliated.
went dark.
Yep.
Right,
As-
that's fine.
as it
I mean,
goes.
combat's fine. Just no reason to let them bleed out once we've got it under control.
Right.
One of them might anyway. I got an 8, a 14, a nat 20, and a 16.
Those were medicine checks.
Yeah, I think it's a 10 to stabilize. So one of them's probably SOL.
Yeah, you 3 of them stabilized. They're not in good shape, but they're not bleeding out.
I'll still be unconscious, but I can leave them in the water. They're aquatic critters anyway. They're not going to drown if I leave them face down in the ocean.
No. And you in checking their bodies, you find Sandara's hat
Yep.
floating.
Find anything else? Keys, shiny rocks, something that might be used as currency.
One of them that was closer to the cove entrance has a necklace that she had that has a token of Besmara.
Okay.
Also important. Yeah. All right. On we
Fire
go.
god. All right. So, do you enter the cove?
Yep.
Yes, I will continue concentrating on call lightning. Water breathing is not concentration, so you guys have that for 24 hours actually. So
Hell yeah.
all systems go. And I imagine I will go first as the one who is in most I have a swim speed. You guys are just athletics
Right.
checking it.
Yeah.
I will do that.
All right.
All right. So, Korrim's first
Yep.
as an octopus. It's weird to think of it. I mean, of a shape-changing Minotaur. I don't know why that's weirder than a shape-changing elf or a shape-changing anything else. But to me, I'm just like, oh yeah, it's.
I just picture every form has horns.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's an
Yeah.
octopus with horns in my mind's eye.
I have tried to, and this one probably has like the more cuttlefish, like still has little.
I was gonna
pokes.
say exactly that, like the elephant cuttlefish. Little flips.
So I will. I'm not going to be loud about it, but I don't know if I need to make stealth checks or my squeezing or.
So the cove is deep, nearly 50 feet in places as you kind of enter and see the. Let me get to the map where you are. See the entrance as it kind of winds its way around corner there. And it does, and it's high tide, and so the water, the water as you go in is about 4 feet tall, 4 feet high, 5 feet high. And it's higher or lower as it varies. Did I answer all your questions, Thomas?
It's fairly deep. Yeah. Are there rolls I have to make to advance?
Yeah. And the other piece was that the tidal waters are churning considerably as you come in, and so that does require a swim check to navigate.
I have a swim speed.
If you have a swim speed, I would say that it doesn't. You don't need to do the check.
Okay.
It's pretty. Yeah. If it gets choppier, you will. But for those who don't have swim speeds and are entering the cove behind Korrim, do need to make swim checks.
Oh, great.
And that's a 6. Good thing we have water breathing.
11. Against all expectation.
All right, Gideon, you managed to, progress forward behind Korrim and without incident. Though it is tough. It's not. They're not calm waters.
I imagine I'm just staying in his undertow, like a lamprey.
Key, however, maybe isn't as adept to the water, and takes 4 damage as you hit the rocks and the sides of the cove and the jagged edges.
Swimming
Get turned around.
Hard. I will grapple Key. I'm just after that display, I'm like, he's gonna be dead by the time we get to air. Yeah.
I did say birds, water, not a duck.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
What is the swim? What is your swim speed?
60.
60. Oh wow.
Octopi are free. So 120 if I take a double move.
Yeah. So that gets you around the first corner. Make if you could make another swim check. Not Korrim, Key and Gideon. Oh, I guess not even, Key because you're grappled.
I'll let you out when it's safe.
7.
So
I'm assuming my broom doesn't work underwater.
I would know. Yeah, flying is an air thing. I would say. And the water's churning and and you do hit some jagged edges and take some damage. 6 damage.
Oh no.
2 more tentacles. Yeah. One of them's just like patting their heads. Just relax. Just like, I can't talk to you, but just chill out. This will be fine.
And that does slow you down from your maximum speed, but you're not really going that, I imagine, anyway, around these corners.
I am now, just to freak them out.
Not the most hydrodynamic setup.
All right. And so you enter this this area here, and you see some sunlight coming. There's sunlight from up above. There's a very steep cliffs, probably 100 feet high or so, and this is fairly deep. And it's and if I could get y'all to make some perception checks.
You could.
22 again.
That's a 4.
5.
I'm glad that we have Korrim.
Mm-hmm.
as Key and Gideon are recovering from the tunnel adventure y'all just had.
I don't wake you up. You guys can breathe the water just fine. There's no reason to, in case there's something aggressive up there. Probably why you can't see is because mostly I just put 2 big old octopus eyes.
So you see, Korrim, that there's like a little ledge on about 20 feet above where the water is right now, on this side, and you see a little bit of movement. You can't really make anything out from this angle, but that's what you see.
I'm gonna stealth away. Think we could check it on the way out. I don't think it's our goal.
Cool.
You will have to go, you will be, as you enter, well, you won't be directly under it, but it will be, it's in your path to go around the bend.
That's okay. I'll keep an eye out. I'll also point it out to the group with one of my other tentacles.
All right, so y'all move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And were you doing stealth, or was it just?
I should probably roll a stealth check. I did not do it stealthily.
All right, so as Korrim
fuck.
bravely enters line of sight.
Well, depending on the thing, because it sounded like the dex from the octopus is pretty high.
No, it's a +1. That made it
Oh.
a 3. I am
Okay,
not,
no.
Higher than Korrim naturally.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
not a sneaky person, me.
All right, so as you enter the cove not the cove, it is a part of the larger cove, but as you enter the cave, that movement becomes what's clearly a dive bomb. Does 18 hit your AC?
Yeah, it
Oof.
turned out octopus, not much in the AC department.
All right, so as you, this creature dive bombs as it gets closer. It's this little winged bug-looking creature, very small, and it has a big piercing nose, and it latches onto you.
They do not recognize it. I rolled a 2 on my nature check. Total of 9.
Yeah, that's pretty low.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to do it.
So you take 5 damage.
Okay.
And 3 others immediately follow. Ooh.
Oh, good.
And then we're gonna enter initiative.
Where are me and Key at this? I lost track.
So
Like,
Korrim was
under-
just entering. Go ahead.
Right, but what were we still?
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, you're probably still under me in the water. Like I've still got you. As soon as this happens, I would like loosen up. So if you want to move, you can. But is the current down here safe? Like, are they still going to get knocked around the rocks?
No, it is not safe. They will still get knocked around by the rock.
All right. Well, I'll loosen so you can wriggle out if you want, but I'm not letting go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and just standing and just being in place and not trying to progress doesn't activate a check. So.
Okay. I got a 21 on initiative.
21.
I did not.
No. 21. Gideon is not.
I got a 10.
You got a 10. Does anybody want to roll a nature check, see if y'all recognize these? That wasn't, because Korrim already rolled and failed.
Okay, yeah.
15.
19.
These are sturges. They drink. They drain your blood. They're like they latch on. Yep, that's what
Not great.
Thomas knew that. Korrim did not.
they-
Because Thomas just
Korrim.
some players last week.
So Korrim takes 4 damage from one and 5 damage from another during that initial round, and then one of them missed. And so there's 3 attached,
All right.
and 1 still flying around. And they need a roll initiative. And they got a nat 20.
For what?
Initiative.
For initiative.
Oh,
You know, of all the things to get nat 20 on, I'm okay it was used on that.
All right, so on the Sturge's turn, the 3 that are attached to you do some draining. But you take damage.
that's fine.
So it's 16 total.
Okay. That's fine.
And the other 2 are in your tentacles, right?
Yeah, I
Key and-
don't have them restrained. I just have them like ready. If they want to get loose, they can. But I'm keeping them from knocking around.
Yeah, gotcha.
I have not limited their movement speed.
Oh my gosh, 2 nat 1s in a row. So 4 more Sturges dive off the cliff. The 2 of them going for Key, and the other 2 to Gideon. Key, the 2 that go to Gideon, or I'm sorry, yeah, the 2 that go to Gideon both rolled nat 1s. And so they just like bounce off your armor. And the ones that go after Key, I'm assuming those numbers hit. I rolled a 19 and an 18.
Yeah, those hit.
So you take 11 damage, and now 2 of them are stuck to you.
Ah.
Underwater?
Yeah, they dive.
Okay. Just interesting that they decided to stay underwater.
All right, and so that is their turn. Key.
All right. So mechanic. So in game, I'm wanting to like get them off of me. Is that done via like an attack or a post grapple thing, or
It's you use an action.
an action? It just takes an action to pluck them off.
It's to detach 1.
Okay. That's annoying because I only have 1 of those, and it seems like it would be not effective. Could I like attack ones that are attached to other people to knock them off or kill them, or it does not put them in danger of hitting other people?
I mean, they're tiny beasts they're latching on. You could attack them if you have a.
Okay. Okay, they're much smaller than I was envisioning them for some reason. Okay, they're tiny. Maybe I would try and like use the dagger and like cut them off.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah, make a roll. They're in place. It's not too hard.
Yeah, that's 12, and then that'll probably be more damage if it does damage to them.
Well, the 12 doesn't get past their natural armor.
Aw. Oh well. That wasn't a great roll.
Yeah.
Oh well.
All right. So, you have any bonus actions or anything you want to take?
You know, not really, because the mobility doesn't seem like it's going to be much of a thing right now.
Okay. Korrim?
I am going to grab onto everybody, flex the muscles that are around where those guys in to pinch their, like you do when you're a kid. You just flex the muscle and they get stuck. And then I'm going to submerge and whip around the corner. Because these guys aren't doing much damage to me, and I figure that the Grindylows aren't going to like them either. So if they don't drown, I'll weaponize them later. So I'm just going double quick around the bend.
So you're
Carry
going back down the
No, I'm
Continuing
I'm
along.
Oh,
I'm
continuing
going
along.
around. Yeah. I'm moving forward. I'm submerging, so that if they're drownable, they drown. If they can live that long, I'll weaponize them against the Grindylows. And
I mean, it seems like not a bad plan.
that's
Yeah. Yeah, that's
yeah, double quick.
You didn't take us with you, did you?
Unless you protest, I was going.
I'm not objecting. I'm just clarifying.
Okay.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
anybody struggles or gives like a double tap on a tentacle, I'll let you go. But until then, I figure I'm the safest way to get us all through.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm not objecting.
All right, so 120 feet, double move, underwater.
well, with carrying 2 people, I don't think you can make your full movement, but you'd still get pretty far down the.
I think it's half speed if you're grappling someone, but if they're just being carried, then it's just my push pull carry drag, right? And then it's my strength 19, and neither of these two are what you would call bulky.
All right.
I'm tall, but I'm thin.
Yeah.
I've got probably hollow bones.
Hey,
Right.
as long as I keep my tentacles in those gloves, I'll be fine. This gets very cartoony really fast.
Yeah.
Hi, kids.
Druids do that a lot.
That's true.
Like, you start out trying to be a mythic hero and you end up a Digimon.
All right. So you charge down the tunnel here, and you'll be getting to here at about the end of your turn.
Okay.
With the navigating the waters and but you're pretty fast and you're an octopus, so it's not that bad.
Sweet. And I will remain underwater to make life more uncomfortable for the Sturges.
Okay. Gideon?
Well, that was an interesting 18 seconds.
Yeah, your fellow friends have these Sturges stuck to them, but you are currently unafflicted.
Do the Sturgis in this moment look worried to be underwater?
Do they look what? I'm sorry?
Do they look troubled to be underwater? Do they look like they're having a bad time of it?
It doesn't look like it's their favorite place to be. Yeah, they're sticking on and draining the blood, but it's they look like they're under some duress.
Okay, but they're not like drown panicking yet.
No.
Okay. Sure, why not? Do I have a clear shot of the ones on key?
Let's see. You're in the other.
Way, but
I've got you guys both tucked right around center mass. I mean, I figure we're all occupying the same 5-foot square.
you're kind of bear hugging us,
Yeah.
like a Viking seeing his nieces.
Or like a Viking carrying 2 casks of booze. And
Something
still
you
having
love.
4 arms to go
Analogy is
down.
insane.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, if you could reposition yourself to see the Sturges that are stuck to key.
I'm more worried about the ones on him than the ones on the giant.
Oh, on Korrim.
He's more worried about Key than Korrim, I think he was saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Like, because all my hit points are 10 hit points, so whatever.
Yeah. And one of them is a giant octopus that, if damaged, will turn back into a Minotaur. The other one is a bird underwater.
So yeah, you can position yourself to see the 2 on key. Oh wow, 26 to hit, huh?
I'm guessing that's a hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of wishing I had agonizing blast, but whatever. 10 points of damage.
And that's and that was with what kind of weapon?
Eldritch blast.
Eldritch blast. Yeah, you blast one of them off, right? Or is it a multi-target spell?
At this level, it's just one.
Okay. Yeah, you blast one of them off, and it's singed. And floats to the surface.
I move another corpse. It's my shtick.
Oh, and that's right. And as I moving these little boxes I have on the GM screen, there, as you get to the end of the corridor here, there's a forward. You can go forward or you can go right. As yeah.
That's in this current situation, that's a druid decision.
I go left. Left-hand rule. Where in dungeons, go left until you get somewhere familiar. Follow the left wall.
All right, so we're gonna the Sturges that are still hanging on. You took one of them off of key, but there's still several.
I thought he only had one. I was the one who had like 3 or 4.
He had 2. You had 3.
Oh,
Now he has. Now they have 1. I wrote Korrim on here twice. It's silly me.
Yeah.
Keys, that one. There, those are my notes. Those K names.
Yep.
All right, so the top of the round, because Gideon was last, was the Sturges. Go again and drain. You're too underwater for the other Sturges to be able to dive where you are. They're not that fast. Let's see, these are the 3 on Korrim. And 17.
Okay.
And 5 damage for Key.
Okay.
Key, what do you do? As Yeah.
I'm not doing great on health, so I'm probably gonna just keep trying to saw the remaining one off of me. I think there's just one more, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I'll try and saw it off with the dagger. Get an 18.
That's enough to saw it off.
Okay, cool. I do that. That's 8 damage without the sneak attack. I don't really know if I get a sneak attack on sawing off a Scourge, but
Well, it's you kill it dead without sneak attack damage.
yep, cool. Good.
Pretty sure he knew you were there.
Yeah.
Right. So and then there's 3 still on Korrim. So, and
Yep.
it is now your
It's
turn,
different
Korrim.
Yeah. Okay. Do I see anything in this? Or have I gotten to this next cavern?
We will get to that next cavern. I'd like to take a break after just resolving getting Scourges off.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep mine on and continue going until I find something hostile. And I figure by then they're gonna be desperate for a breath.
Okay. Well, I need to do a little bit of prep for this next phase, and so it's a good time to take a few minutes break and cut the video for a little bit. So, yeah, this is GameBreakers. We're playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition D&D, and yeah, and like it if you like it, subscribe if you want to see more, and there's other ways to check us out too on Facebook, Twitter, and things. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and be back in a few minutes.